Well, good morning, good afternoon, whatever time of the day it is. I want to thank you for taking a moment really quickly to look at the new Integrated Workspace by Gmail, by Google Suite, really. But where it is located is in your inbox. So if you're looking at this video, that means you probably have gotten an email from me, and you've now noticed on the left-hand side navigation of your Gmail that you've got a couple different sections. And so I wanted to kind of go through these real quick, give you kind of an overview of what you're looking at now in this new integrated workspace. So of course you've got your mail. You've always got, this, you've had this before, but now you have your mail, and it shows you how many unread emails you might have. The chat section is also where you have the ability to chat. So if you were to, start a conversation with, let's say, Molly, for instance, you can click that, and what that's going to do, let me move this out of the way here real quick. Let me move this up here. You can see that it's just like any sort of chat service. It's just in your inbox. And then on the, I'll move this back over here. And then over on the rooms, this is where the magic happens. So think of rooms as a project. So for instance, with the fall wintership discipleship track, I'm going to go ahead and click this, close this out. You can see that I had two messages from there. So in rooms now, you have the ability to chat individuals. You have the ability to look at all of the files that might be used by this particular room. Think of it kind of like as a project management house or a room in the house. And then you have what are called group tasks. So over on the right-hand side, you might have noticed this before. You've got your tasks that are over here. So I've got my tasks organized into different sections. So I've got the farm, which is my workspace. I've got family, coaching, MRT, comm requests. These are where all of these tasks are. So if I click on the farm, you can see these are where all of my tasks are. So things that I need to get done, which are also sitting on my calendar. I'll show you where that is as well. But in a room, now you have the ability to create tasks and to, I'm going to give this a title. I'll give this a, description. Let's see if I can spell. I can give it a description. I can assign it to whoever is in the project. So I'll go ahead and assign this to me. And then I can actually add a date and time. So let's put that for today. Let's put that for, we'll do it a little bit earlier so it looks like it's past due. And then once I add that, it actually shows up in my farm. And you can see all of my past due tasks. So that description, let's go see if we can find that real quick. Let's see, title. Where is that? Here it is right here. So you can see what's due today. And in fall and winter discipleship tracks, you can actually see that that will take you back to that room. So this is real nice. If you were to go to your calendar, so I'll go to my calendar real quick, and you can see on the left-hand side for your My Calendars, there's a section here called, let's see if we can find our task. So it's actually looking right now, that orange, so that just disappeared. So these are all of the tasks that I have today. So for instance, I need to get with HR, which is in my farm list. And I can mark that complete when that is finished, but it also shows up in my task. So anytime you're looking at mail, or you're looking at calendar, or you're looking at Google Drive, you're always going to see this little section over here to the right that's going to have your calendar. You can look at your calendar to see what's due today. You can look at your tasks, and you can see, basically what's going on for your day. You can click around and kind of see. You can go to different months, and you can see what's going to be on the docket for that day, and so forth. This is real nice because you have the ability to see in your chats in a project that you're working on. So like that task that I just created, I just put that there. And if we complete it, so I'm going to go ahead and complete that task, then it actually shows that in the list. So that gives everybody in the project the ability to know what's being done. And it just quickly helps everybody get on the same page. So if you're starting a project, if you're, let's say you're starting something new with a ministry team, you want to create something new, you could come over to rooms and click on this little plus sign, and you could create a room. So let's say we're doing one called project I'm going to just project number, we'll do this 24, right? And you can begin to enter names of, let's say I want to add Molly, I want to add David Delk, I want to add other individuals, and I won't add David. I don't feel like he needs, but I can tell Molly about this later. So when I hit the tab over, I can allow people outside of the organization to join this. So if you need volunteers to join, you could do that as well. I'll just do this as a test. And then I can hit create. And then what that'll do is that'll create a room. And so in this case right now, I have 2 members. So you can click on, you can view members, you can add an emoji picture if you want, you can turn off notifications. But this is where you would start adding things. So let's say I've got a project here in my document. I'm going to go ahead and paste that in there. So that's the first file that I've just shared. So when you go to files, now you can see the 60-40 thoughts in the file. You can actually click on that file and you can actually work it inside the project. So this is real nice because you don't have to leave and you can kind of play around with this document in this one section. You can go back to chat if you need to do any sort of communication. I'll actually just make @Molly. So if I, whoops, let's see, I did that a little bit too quick. So let's actually close this out so you can see an example. So @Molly. I'm going to just say, hey, this is a test. Oh my goodness, geez. So let's go back over here to @Molly Vegas. Come on. @Molly. All right. There she is. So I can click her. This is a test. Video, and you can hit that and so forth, and that'll actually send her an email. And if they're you're going to get responded by in the email, but if you have the rooms, you'll start to notice that you've got rooms here as well. Now another great feature is, and let me show you this real quick, is the feature on the phone. So if you have Gmail on the phone, so this little let's see if I can get this close to you. You see that Gmail icon. So if you click on that mail icon, now you'll notice down at the bottom, let's see, gosh, the light is awful, but you can see that I've got 4 different sections. So now in rooms, you can see that, man, that is really bad. I'm so sorry. Hopefully you can see that now. So you can see now that I've got chat, I've got rooms, I've got meet. And so you can actually go on those and you can work those just like you would on the computer. So now that you actually have this feature, you can start playing around with it. And I'd like to play around with it with you, help test this out with your ministry, and we can go from there. There's a couple other features that I would share with you. You can also mute your active so people don't see that you're online. You can take a break if you want to turn that off, the do not disturb. You can, like I said, you can just kind of play around with this, but this might be a tool that you want to use. I know for many of us, when we have a project that we need to do and we decide, okay, let's start working, let's go ahead and meet. If you could make the room and then you could invite everybody on the project into that room and say, hey, listen, we're going to try to find a time to meet. Then now people can start adding files, people can start making comments, people can start asking questions, and it speeds up the process so that you don't have to go back into your inbox and try to find all the emails and all the different things that have been communicated. So hopefully this can create a little bit more magic and speed up productivity in areas. So anyways, I'll be meeting with you to talk about this, but I just wanted to give you a heads up so you kind of can see what this looks like. You have access to this, but not everybody on staff does. So there's a select few people that we're starting to beta test this with, and we'll go from there. So anyways, I'll be in touch. Hopefully this video helps you kind of get acclimated before our first meeting, and I look forward to connecting with you soon. Okay.